All right, Deron, the game has changed. It used to be sports writers who are mostly white control the narrative, control the content. They were the ones who sort of dictated how we saw, how we heard from athletes. Now you're seeing athletes who are now controlling their narrative, literally telling their own story and bypassing traditional media outlets. Talk about Players TV and how that sort of drives that.
Yeah, great question. So thank you for having me today, by the way. Um, Players TV was really built for athletes that want to control their content, have distribution, and they have their own production companies. So we focus on how can we give them the distribution for those fans can engage in their content and remove the middleman out of the equation, have their own destination, their own place where now advertisers can now transact there, but also they can retain their ownership of their IP as well too.
Gotcha. And so, how does that work? Do they have individual shows?
Mhm.
Are they set up with their own digital networks? Walk me through that.
Yeah, so we have original shows with the athletes. We co-produce with them as well too, and then each athlete has their own ideas, but we also co-produce with them, but also allow them to be able to license their content to other places, but also on their own platform where they can then syndicate it to other places as well too.
Now, are you guys linear or you only or digital?
Linear fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. And so, how have you seen the evolution? Is because what is interesting, and I was talking to a lot of people about this. The reality is, the players are in a place that very few people can go
Mhm.
unless you are a coach, unless you're team personnel. So when you look at the success of many of these athletic podcasts, it's because they're sharing details about events that we as fans are witnessing, but they're able to share the inside story. Normally you get that when it's documentary or something along those lines. This is a lot different.
Yeah, so like it's podcast shows, it's reality shows, it's cooking shows. We're bringing that humanization to that athlete beyond the game, beyond a uniform, but also being able to tell stories that they know about from their own perspective, from their own place, versus hearing from a third party journalist who maybe don't have inside information and they're kind of regurgitating third party stuff from other third party stuff.
Are you seeing these players who are more today, more business minded, business focused? Because you take what Kevin Durant is doing, investing in other things, what Stephen Curry is doing, what LeBron James is doing. You're dealing with a different athlete in 2025 than you were dealing with, let's say, the last 20, 30 years.
Timing, right? It's a timing situation. Athletes are getting paid more money now. You have social media now, so they have that direct to fan relationship now as well too. And then also, these guys are making so much money now to the point where they want ownership, not endorsementship anymore, and no censorship either.
Well, and like you take what I was just watching something the other day. I look at Kyrie Irving.
Mhm.
Someone was lauding him. Now Jay Williams was talking about it. Now he has the ability to tell his story. He doesn't have to have a conduit.
Mhm.
He can actually just go straight to the public to share his thoughts on any subject he wants to.
Speaking of Kyrie, he's one of our first investors in Players TV. So he joined the company along with Chris Paul, Damian Lillard, Travis Kelsey. A lot of those guys joined the company because they wanted just that. Because at the end of the day, they didn't want to be subject or beholding to ESPN or a Fox
Right.
Sports and ridicule in that lens. And we want to build the athlete up, not tear him down.
So what's next?
What's next, man? We're looking to expand the network. We're looking to go into the UK and launch Players TV UK with soccer athletes as well. And right now we're on path of doing pace of doing 50 million in revenue now, and we're just really focused on scaling the business. And glad to be here at Afrotech around other creators and technology-driven people, and being able to just be around other people that are looking to build and come together and do great things.
All right, sounds good. Well, certainly good luck with it,
Yeah.
and I hope folks check it out.
Thank you so much for
Oh,
having
I
me.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
Mike, let's start with you, brother. You have been in the online environment for quite some time. You launched the African History Network probably when damn near no one else was out there doing the work consistently like this. What do you make of this new platform, Players TV? I'm looking at it. You got Travis Kelce, as you see, I see Chene, Ogunwike, Dwayne Wade, Ken Griffey Jr., Damian Lillard. What, how is this different than the kind of work that you've been doing and that so many other people are doing?
Well, I think this is something that's good. I'm looking at a piece from CBS News right now about Players TV, first media network owned by professional athletes. And this is an article from April 17th, 2025. I started the African History Network back in 2010. I was doing podcasts back when most people did not know what a podcast was. And I was doing podcasts on Blog Talk Radio. So I think this is something good to give more ownership to athletes. I think athletes have really more power now if they use it than pretty much any time in previous history, because now you can have online platforms, you have social media, so the athletes can shape the narrative more so than the sportscasters or commentators. And we know that in a lot of these sports, African American athletes dominate, so we need to control how we communicate the information also.
Dr. Kirk, thanks, Mike. Dr. Kirk, it's interesting seeing this formation, which, investors, they offer folk an opportunity to invest in a platform here. A lot of these folks are also platformed on kind of legacy media. But I'm thinking about the club Shay Shays. We all remember Kwame Brown, who seems to have peaked and now gone back down the mountain. Do you distinguish between the athletes? I mean, Cam Newton, of course, who had a very popular kind of platform, and now he's been integrated into the Death Star at ESPN. Is this an attempt to kind of take to platform athletes in a way that kind of takes away that kind of, let me just get in front of a camera and upload my stuff to the internet and see how many people view? How do you sort this out?
You gonna give me the damn hard question that's super loaded, but you know what I'm ready for when I can.
I know you are, brother. That's why we...
So yeah, let's not pull the punches, my friend. Look, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm thankful that Roland got out there, and I'm so glad he's at Afrotech this week. Hate that my brother didn't bring me with him. And I would have taken the days off work. I would have loved to have gone to the Afrotech.
Next year.
Next year, right? Yeah. Next year, I was here working through. Yeah, Roland could have. Roland is a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio. He could have gave that to me as a early birthday gift. Happy Halloween, to everybody out there. I'm pretending to be a Falcons fan. So you dress up as a Falcons fan. The reality is, though, 100%. Let's call it what it is. It's constantly an attempt when these athletes realize their true power. It's constantly efforts to take that power away. When they realize the impact of their voice, when they get out here and they take a stance for the community, they speak up for the community, fight for the community, they don't ever want to see another Colin Kaepernick emerge. And no matter how they are moving and angry to get that or use that influence. So I think that's definitely a part of it. And so I want to see more of our athletes take their power back, take their money back, and take their influence back. And I also want to see, as long as these universities continue to, some would say bend the knee, I say kiss the ass of the Trump administration. I want to see our athletes, the Black talent that fuels their income, no longer go and support these universities. Why are you sending your child, allowing a child to go to the University of Alabama when they have the egregious policies against diversity, equity, and inclusion at the University of Alabama?
That's right.
I want to see all of us, take our power back in this moment. That's the only hope we have.
Indeed, brother. That you done spoke a word right there, brother. Mateo, let me ask you. We see David Ellison and the Ellison family, more money than God, with Paramount Skydance trying to buy perhaps Warner Brothers Discovery, and then Warner Brothers Discovery maybe going to try to spin off and sell parts of itself to prevent it. Have these corporate titans maybe missed the boat, missed the moment? Is the cat out the bag and walking around? In other words, everybody's out there now with these uplinks doing their own thing. And we think about legacy media, we think about platforms, we think about broadcast networks. Even the people like Shaquille O'Neal or Charles Barkley have their own separate things where they're uploading stuff. How do we sort this media landscape out? And as some of these folks who think they can control some of these platforms, have they missed their moment? Is it too late? Or am I being naive maybe about that?
It certainly have missed this boat. I think that the largest media powerhouses are today. They're the blockbuster of the 1990s. They stayed behind. But I also, the one thing that fascinates me, I almost stood up and applauded when I heard that interview, is the thing that has upset me about professional athletes is that athletes are taught from college that the machine that they're part of wants their muscle and their skill, but not their voice. And we see it in college by the contracts that colleges force athletes to sign, and then we see it with Colin Kaepernick and the likes. This platform flips the power dynamic, and this is the most powerful thing about it. Athletes become storytellers, they become producers. They're not just mouthpieces, and this gives the entire system, beyond the ability for an athlete to monetize himself or herself. It gives athletes the power to speak, and that is, I think, more powerful than any amount of money, because it changes society.
I absolutely agree, man. Everything is changing. This is, hey, Brendan Carr at the FCC. Bye, 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 bye.